Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jewel, part 5 of our tutorial series of the making of the accordion cover junk journal, folio style junk journal. Okay, if you missed the 1 to 4, I will put them down in the description box. Last time we met, we did some tags and some little booklets and some journaling cards. So I, of course, couldn't do them all while I was filming, so I did finish up a bunch afterwards on camera. Now, I'll show you those in a second, but today I wanted to let you know we are going to set in our spine. Okay, so let me just show you something. This is going to be the front of our journal, and we're going to try to decorate that today if I have enough time, which I think I will. And this over here is the back cover. So this will be like this, okay? And this, let me put that down. This will be like this. This will be the front cover. So how you want to construct this is you're going to place them, well, you can place them face up or face, but easier for me to place them where they're face up like this, where I can see the front cover and the back cover to set in my spine. Now, I have a piece of pattern covered chipboard, and I'm trying to go back and think if I did this with you. It is one and the same. You want the same packaging or chipboard that you use for your tag base. That way it's all even. So this is, oh, I was right. It's a 1 1/2 inch spine. Okay, so that's what I made, and that will be for my 3 signatures. And for the hinges, in last time, the time before we set the hinges in, you're going to do the same process. And I'm going to do 2 on the inside, and I haven't decided if I'm going to do hinges in the back or if I'm just going to cover the whole thing with lace. And when we flip it over, I'll explain to you. Now, I'm going to run into a little bit of a problem here because I did a little bit of embellishing here. Okay, and then some more here, so this may not sit tight, so I might have to pull some of this up, which is good. You can see all the mistakes I made, so my suggestion is, well, but I wanted it sewed, so that's a problem because it's going to be impossible to sew. Well, not really, once you have the spine in. Actually, it wouldn't be impossible to sew down. You could take it to the machine just like that and just sew right down. So you could do that, but I didn't. So let's go ahead and take out all the tags because it will be easier, at least the tags on the this side and on this side, so it doesn't get in the way. This is a little booklet that I did make another one. I think I made 2 with you, and then I added another one, and because I did the pearl here, I popped a pearl there. And then I believe we could have done this tag together, I'm not sure. All right, so let me put those aside and take this tag out. And this is, well, actually this is just a little journaling card. There's the back. And I just did a little rickrack trim, and I dirtied it up a little bit with vintage photo, and I put a crystal there. Then I did make this tag, and I used fabrics and scraps at the top here. Actually, I just cut off a piece of my scrappy strips. And then this is backed on the coffee dyed paper. So, and then I added this little rose embellishment here. Okay, so let me take the tags out of this side. This one, I just added some fabric scrap trim, rose trim, and did an eyelet in it, and then sewed that around. I sewed around all the tags off camera. And then I made this one with a little brad in it, that journaling card. Then I made my own tickets because I couldn't find any that I liked for this little pocket, and this little pocket may get in the way on the other side. We'll see when we get there. So let me pop this out, and this is just says adventure, and I just notched the sides so it would look like a little ticket, and I made a couple of those. All right, let's see if we can get this flat enough to work. Now I have 4 of these strips of paper that coordinate, and I'm going to go ahead and do I want to ink these? I don't want to ink these. I really don't want them standing out. So I think how I'm going to do this is I'm going to move this aside, and I'm going to glue these on the spine first, the inside of the spine, and then I can take them over and glue the other side. And I think that will be easier because there's a little bit of dimension here. So I hope I'm making myself clear, because this is, and I'm going to apply the glue, because it's probably a little bit, you know, not super complicated, but not your basic everyday journal. So if you know what I mean by that. So if you're brand new to paper crafting, this may not be the place you want to start, but if you've been making journals, you know, this would be fine. Okay, so then I can take this, and I think I might flip it over to do that. And let me go ahead and get this strip on here. Make sure I have, yeah, enough. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm really enjoying making this. I went to town decorating it last night, and I will show you some of the things I did after we set the spine. All right, let's give that just a second to dry. And actually, I think I'm just going to go ahead and set it. You know what? Let me flip this and flip this, so I can make sure I have my gap, my large gap. Okay, because you want it to bend, easily bend, and not butt in next to each other, because it won't do well if you do that. Okay, so let me just set this right on there, and I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch. Whoops, shifting a little bit on me. All right, let me just press that down. I'm gonna let this sit for a second, because I don't want it to, when I flip it back over, to fall apart on me. Actually, I could just clip that, all right, with a little clip. All right, so that looks pretty good for an eighth of an inch. Let me take this. Oh, I got another little, actually this is just a little folded journal card here, so let me put that aside. Did we do this, trim out this pocket together? I think we did. I think I trimmed out pretty much most of the pockets with you yesterday. I can't remember, you know, what and what I didn't do on film, because I continued on with the rest of the tag making. Okay. Oops, it shifted. Right, what I didn't want it to do. So I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to probably do the hinges on this side as well. Yes, there's no way around it, because I just don't think there will be enough flexibility. So this is kind of popped up here, and I'm just going to see if I can lift up a little bit of this. If not, I'm not going to worry about it. Just so I don't have all that bulk. And I think I can. Without shifting this. Probably should have done that first. And see if I can get a good grip. See if I have a pair of tweezers over here. I do somewhere. Tweezers. Okay, here they are. I don't know if I can, if this will help with gripping. No, I don't think that's going to be any. That's not. Yeah, I think I can get it now. And then I'm going to cut that right off there. Okay, let me cut that piece off. Let me get a small pair of scissors here. I'm going to turn this so I can get to it. There. So, if you make these, think about your embellishing before you set the spine. Think ahead. I didn't think ahead enough. So, and let me take this tag out because that's going to be in the way. And then we're going to go ahead and just glue up here and glue up here. And then put this hinge on. And then I'm going to carefully turn it back over, and we are going to decorate the cover. And then the next video, this video will be a little shorter because I have to let this glue dry before we sew in our signatures. Now, I went back and forth, and now I'm going to have to cut my tag down. You can see that. Let me move this over a little bit, because I just, okay, I just cut my tag pocket, the size of my pocket down. So, if I were to make this over, I would set the pockets where your spine is going to be after, okay? So I could come back and simply pull this, rip this stitch out here, which I think I will before I rip that stitch out, set this in, this side it's already done, set this in, okay, rip the stitch out, pull up this side of the pocket, see what I'm saying, take off this little tuck spot here, set my hinge, okay, and then let it dry and come back in and sew the pocket back on. So that is my plan. So I'm going to have to wait to do that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and see what we can do about decorating that cover. While you're here, I think I made this tag on my own, and there's just 2 pieces of fabric, the rose and then the pink under it. Set it on some coffee stain cardstock, put a ball pin and this cute little button. Okay, then we have a journal tag here. Okay, and then let me pull all the way over at this pocket, this little ticket, and then I made another little mini flip-up booklet, just with some offcuts, so that fit in there quite cute, quite nicely. Then I put together my signatures. So let me show you this real quick while this sets up a little bit. I think we did this decorating together. No, or didn't we? I don't remember. So a piece of rickrack, 2 pieces of torn offcuts. There's a tag here. We did make this together, and then what I did is I just added the ball pin on the ribbon or on the fabric and put a little vintagey button there. Then we made these little booklets, but I came and I added some of my scrappy strip pieces on the cover, and this one is, no, not that one. This one is actually a tuck spot. Okay, so here's our scrappy things, and these are simply tucked. This is going to be the middle signature all by itself, this little folio tag holder. So then we have a tag on the back. Again, we did that one together, and then I'm going to tuck this tag, because this was an extra tag I made, right on the inside of that. Okay, in this paper, I added one of my paper clips that I just did a video on out of these little fussy cuts, and I layered them on used cardstock. I put an angled pocket here with just some trims at the top. Then we put the papers together, and then I did a little scrap piece here with a mini Tim Holtz clip there. And then we had put all the papers in, and I'm thinking I did a fabric flip somewhere in here, and here it is. So I decided I wanted to do a fabric flip, so there's that flip for a little secret journaling spot, and then this beautiful applique right there. So that's in the first signature. This will be the second signature we sew in, and this will be the third. And I think in here, this one, there might be a couple more pockets here. I added a little pocket here, and again, used one of those little fussy cuts from G. Kerr's shop. She has a digi of fussy cuts, and then I think I have a little paper flip up there, and then I did a little, one of those fussy cuts again as a pocket on that side. And I did on this envelope, I just did some trims here, okay, with a sequin. And then on the, let me see, I have a teeny tiny paper bag paper clip with a little mini journal card in there, and that I did a video on how to make these little paper bag embellished paper clips. Here's another one. It says believe, and I'm going to tuck a little note. No, Ricky, no, sorry guys. And I did a little embellishment on that. So I did do a video of that. So that will be the third signature. Okay, this should be good enough for me to flip and carefully, ever so carefully. This is the back cover, and I wanted to show you what this is. Just a flip up with some washi tape there. I might put a second piece. I did embellish these roses with glossy accents. So I know I did that, and I want to do it again. I'm gonna have to add a little bit. No, Ricky. Hold on, guys. I gotta shut the blinds so Ricky can't see what's coming down the street. Sorry, Ricky. You can't see what's coming down the street because you're not being good. And so I decided then I want to do some on this side. So I have some scraps here. I was thinking out loud on how I want to do this cover. I don't want it overly embellished, but I am going to do some of that glossy accents. And then I cut this out of the paper pad, and it's La Vie en Rose, and let me tell you what that means. That was a famous song written in 1945 and released in 1947 by Edith Piaf, And it was about a woman describing how the man she loves makes her happy with everything he does for her. And this is French for life in pink, but the meaning is life through happy lens. So I just wanted to let you know that's the name. Life through happy lens is the name of this journal. Okay, so I cut this off of a piece of this rose lace, and then I had my leftovers, and I made this what do you call it, ruffled paper trim, and I thought I'm going to possibly do this on an angle. And I've determined whether I want this in the back or in between. I think I'm going to put it in between, and then we're going to set this. No, Ricky. So let me go ahead and ink that, and then we're going to add the glossy accents. And then I'm going to call it a day. I might upload the next video of where I took that pocket off. I don't need to do that side, do I? Let me see where I want to put this. I want it down toward the bottom here, and I kind of want this sticking off the edge of the book. So I think I'm going to put it right there. And glue it good. Let me set this here just to see. It's like that, okay. And let's set this trim right on this, like this. So I'm going to put a little glue right on the back. I could have taken the whole thing over and sewed it, but all right. About like that, just peeking out the back of that sign, and then we'll glue the whole thing on the cover. You know, the more I worked with this paper pad, the more I fell in love with it. I'm probably gonna have to order another one and make a full-size journal. No, Ricky. We have Lucy and we have Ricky, and then we have Bree. That was her name at the rescue, so. Okay, now we've got that, and I'm thinking I'm probably gonna set a couple crystals down here, but right now I wanna go ahead and take my glossy accents, and I'm not going to do the whole rose. I'm just going to follow the petals like I did on the back cover. Okay. Make sure, if you've never used the glossy accents before, you give, and you don't know, it takes a good solid 30 minutes, maybe even a longer, to dry. So all right, let me see. I think that's pretty good on that rose. And let me just do this rose right here real quick. And then this one. So I'm basically just kind of going around the petals. And this is just a little rosebud. And then this one I'm just going to do the whole thing because it's a little one. And this one here. All right. Okay, so let me get my pen. I got a big one. This big one. This is a 2 ounces. This will last a long time. Okay, so there is the cover minus the crystals. Let me see where my crystals are. Behind me. And we're going to add a couple. I think I'm just going to add two or three there. You could do a pearl here, any little embellishment. I have added some crystals throughout the book. I'm thinking maybe I'll just do one. I think we'll just do one. I'm going to set it right in this corner here. Okay, so there's our cover, and I can't disturb it because of the glossy accents. So I will be back. No, in our next video, no guys, in our next video we'll be sewing the signatures in and finishing out our book. Okay guys, I hope you have enjoyed this process. Please give me a thumbs up and let me know if you have. I'd appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.